Cedric, how you doing?
Well, and you, Bheki?
Excellent. Cedric, we've been talking about the reverse racism. Always we've been behind the new racism or new formation of racism. Where are we going? It seems like we are not going nowhere. Don't you believe it's high time now whereby you must clean yourself up, take the black mentality of yourself and go back to the white cage and try to understand where is the problem? How can we sort this out?
Bheki, you know, I often tell you I don't want to take my cultural beads off, because if our white brothers don't want to accept me because of them, how the hell are they ever going to accept my black brothers? But I understand what you're saying, and this morning's experience on that street corner tells me that we whites are hesitant to talk about reverse racism. We will complain about it, and we will say that, hey, this is taking place and what is happening. But at the same time, we keep it quiet like everything else. So if I need to talk about reverse racism, I need to go back maybe 7 years to before I came into the township.
I think so.
And to try and put into context what my thinking would have been at that stage.
Yes.
Now, although we're talking 16 years, let's say 10 years into a new democracy, a rainbow nation, I was, okay, let's not say we, because let me talk I was celebrating a peaceful transition.
Okay.
We celebrated de Klerk and Nelson Mandela for what they achieved in that peaceful transition.
Yes.
I believe that a lot of that peaceful transition attitude came about by the we are all equal concept. From a white point of view, this was great. And I wonder whether it's going to be the ANC or the Nationalist Party one day who's going to lay claim to that concept of we are all equal. Can you imagine how powerful that whole strategy was, the marketing strategy, by being able to say to 30-odd million black people who'd been abused for 358 years, discredited, almost dehumanized. I must say almost dehumanized. Yes. And then all of a sudden one day to say to them, fellas, you are equal to a white, and succeed in selling it.
Yeah.
That was better than selling ice to the Eskimos.
Very good marketing scheme they were using. But now, did you, as the person who appreciated the transformation at that time, did you really believe that a black man was equal to you? Or did you believe that a black man all of a sudden was just going to be equal to a white person regardless of what he have? How can I be equal to a person who's got all types of money while I have nothing?
It was a situation where we seemed to accept it for,
yeah,
I don't want to say convenience. I personally never ever accepted that a black person was equal to me. Not those that I knew. So why the hell should those I didn't know be equal to me? But none of us were brave enough to talk about it. And not necessarily brave enough to talk about it because it suited us. It, I think, created the environment where we did not have to fear the black people because they believed we were equal. So why did we want to destabilize that situation of peace by telling the black people that we were not equal?
So, but I remember when we used to go around looking for work, white people will tell you to go to Mandela. So that alone gave us the register that we were not equal. maybe it was going to take us maybe 50 years to be equal. But that only to the wise black people, not to everyone.
When you say they were saying go to Mandela, that was
For a job.
from 90s onwards.
Obviously.
I think that if I need to answer for that, I'm more than likely inclined to believe that what the whites saw was that Mandela, and I'm not identifying him specifically, but the whole structure around that government had taken everything. They controlled the government, they controlled the military, they controlled the security, the police, they controlled the treasury, they controlled the purse, they controlled the taxes, they controlled everything. Plus Conservative. So therefore, what the white was saying is that the blacks, they used Mandela, but the blacks have got everything. So why don't you go to the people who got everything? I know what you're saying, is that, I've heard that term before, go to Mandela. But I think it really meant go back to the people who are in power.
Yes, you may say that, but why did they appreciate the transformation if that was going to be a case? What they thought the transformation was going to be? They thought they were supposed to be hold on into the army, hold on into what? Police, hold on into what?
No, I think we were quite happy that they took everything. The only difference is that this whole equal thing and taking everything depoliticized the struggle for equality. And we did not need to assist in rehabilitation. So if we really look at part of this marketing, and here again we're going to blame that marketing of we are all equal. It depoliticized the struggle for equality by the black people, which said to the whites that, hey, we now no longer need to fear them. They're going to sit back and wait, and we wait on the one side. We did not want to disturb it. But as whites were stupid, because in that period, this extended period of sitting waiting, we saw the BEE structures come. What did we saw come? That the BEE structures came into being, and they were developed by the white capitalist society, and the BEE structures today only look after the capital rich black and white, connected blacks to the whites. Some of us could get our garden boy in to partner some BEE, but the garden boy needed connection. Affirmative action. Yes, we all said we needed affirmative action. We needed black people to get jobs. But what we never realized is that with the ever diminishing number of jobs that the country was experiencing, slowly the white people were completely forced out of it. So today, not today, 7 years ago, I look at it and I say to myself, good gracious me, not only did they want to control the government, they wanted to control that section of the white population who were middle class, lower, and you have the black and white people that are the poverty people. I think they wanted to punish us as much as that. I don't know.
I don't think so, because if they did punish you, you will surely be punished. You're supposed to be carrying some pieces of papers to identify who are you, where you from, where do you stay, where do you work, why don't you work. That's it. But they did not really wanted to punish you. I think they really wanted to save you. But they have these billions or millions of black people who are supposed to be a little bit lied to by them to keep them going for another 10 years.
Today, we've got to produce those papers just as often. The only one we don't have to produce is whether we work or not, because if they did find that we work, they'd probably fire us. But
who will fire you for working?
Yeah, the system.
No, please. Don't mess the system up. The system wants you to work.